Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you for being here. I hope you're well. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your tarot card for the first 2 weeks of March 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else. And check out your other placements if you don't know what they are. In the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Sagittarius, I'd like you to keep in mind that this is not what you don't see coming for the first 2 weeks of March. The tarot card used to be of the week, but for the month of March, I'm just going to do it twice, once for the first half and then the other time for the last half of the month. And that's because I want to free up some time to do some bonus readings for you. But as I was saying, the tarot card for the first 2 weeks of March is not what you don't see coming. Instead, it is a question or something that Source wants you to ponder or go within over the course of the next 2 weeks so you can make a decision that will help you move your life forward. So with all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card for the first 2 weeks of March 2026 for the Sagittarius collective? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your tarot card, the Star. What needs to heal in order for you to realize your deepest dreams? And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Tower. What needs to break down in your life in order to be rebuilt? Interesting, because the Star does come after the Tower. We have card number 16 and then 17. So perhaps something here needs to be healed within the Sagittarius collective, or something needs to be removed or eliminated so you can move towards your deepest desires, your dream or your ideal life. Why is the Star card the tarot card for the first 2 weeks of March 2026 for the Sagittarius collective? One more shuffle here. Thank you. And we have the King of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. And we have the Eight of Cups. So this would be a rapid or quick departure from a situation, environment, or connection that no longer serves you. It could even be a mindset or a pattern as well. But that will free you up energetically as the King of Wands to move towards that Ace of Pentacles again, that dream, wish, goal, or desire. In fact, in the advice deck that I use, the Ace of Pentacles actually says manifestation on it. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess, we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the King of Cups, and that leaves the Sun, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands here to the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Tell me more about that Ace of Pentacles here for the Sagittarius collective. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Page of Swords. Oh, I like this. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Six of Swords. Tell me about the Six of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Swords is clarified by Death, the Sun, and the Star. Can you believe that? So yes, moving on from this situation, environment, connection, pattern within you, or again, whether it's internal to you or external to you, frees you up to allow this manifestation here to come in. Tell me about the Eight of Cups here. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. Eight of Cups clarified by the Hermit, the Emperor, and the Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles, the Celestial Weaver, and the Queen of Pentacles. Oh. So are some of you desiring long-term committed partnership? Someone that you can work with and you can build with in that Three of Pentacles in order to get to the Ten of Pentacles? Because if that's the case, and you're currently in a situation that, no longer serves your highest good, I'll leave it at that, and you need to put an end to it, once you do, this is what comes in. This is the long-term committed partnership. And for others of you, it's possible here that you have let go of this person already, but you could be holding on to some anger or resentment. And that could be an energetic block to this person coming in as well. So this is a beautiful partnership here for you. Tell me more about that Ace of Cups. I feel like your higher self or your future self is actually trying to guide you towards this type of connection. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. I think for most of you, this is love related. Tell me about the Ace of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ace of Cups, Ten of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Pentacles. I feel like that Ace of Cups is the same thing as the Ace of Pentacles. I'm seeing it as 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles in respect to a long-term committed partnership that will bring you emotional fulfillment, the type of connection that is your star, is your wish fulfillment. And I feel like it can be a missed or delayed opportunity for some of you, or it would be very difficult, if not almost impossible, to achieve if you don't cut whatever this out. I hate to say that to people. This is partnership related. I don't really think it's internal to you, to be quite honest. I can only see this being internal to you if you have already moved on from this person and you're holding on to the pain or resentment because of that ending or because of some act of betrayal that occurred within that connection. In that respect, yes, I think you would need to eclipse that so you can energetically make space for the new. And it's going to take work. Eight of Pentacles, either way. If this is by chance, and I really feel like it would be a smaller percentage of you, but again, let's say it is internal to you, something you are consuming. If you were to move on from that and take better care of yourself, then yeah, I think that frees up more opportunities, better opportunities to come your way. Tell me more about what Sagittarius here needs to walk away from. I think for some of you, it's a person. I'm going to be honest with you. And if it's not a person, it's the pain or resentment or maybe even anger that you've been holding on to. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Eight of Swords, you have the Phoenix, and you have the Three of Swords. For some of you, it is pain. It is obsessively thinking about what this person did to you or how they betrayed you or how they broke your heart. So yeah, for some of you in that Four of Pentacles, you holding on to that pain becomes a block here for your manifestation to come in. Anything else that Sagittarius is holding on to here, which is a block to their Ace of Pentacles and their Ace of Cups? So yeah, for some of you, it could be obsessive thoughts. In that Eight of Swords is Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter expands. It's your ruling planet. So when we see Gemini being communication and not just being the thoughts or not just being the words that we speak to others, but the words we speak to ourselves in terms of our thoughts, then that very well could be a block. But that would be constantly thinking about what this person did to you or how they made you feel or how they betrayed you. And yeah, those negative thoughts absolutely can become a block to the next person coming in. One more shuffle here. Thank you. What else are you holding on to? We see the thoughts. We have the Six of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the World card. Okay, so I definitely have two groups of Sagittarians. Some of you are holding on to a connection, which feels a bit of like a comfort zone. I think there's a need here for you to let go of this person. And I don't know why that is. I don't know your individual story. But some of you could be holding on to this person because they are a comfort zone, not necessarily because they are good for you. For others of you, you have already let go of this person, but you're still holding on to the pain and the resentment, or like I said, the obsessive thoughts thinking about what they did to you. Either way, in the World card, that needs to come to an end. Either one. And look, this is just an advice spread. You don't have to take it. But this memory or this actual person is actually a block to what you want. So tell me about the Tower here. Tell me about the Tower here. Because what needs to break down in your life in order for it to be rebuilt, Phoenix rising from the ashes, right? Either the connection or the pain that connection caused, like the memory. One more shuffle. Thank you. Tell me more about the Tower, the Chariot, the Queen of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Ten of Pentacles, which, again, the Ace is the potential, right? Ace of Pentacles, potential to get to that Ten of Pentacles. So I almost feel, and I'm not telling you to do this within the next 2 weeks. It's just a 2-week reading. I think within the next 2 weeks, it's you just coming to the realization that you need to exit this connection, or you need to find a way to heal this pain and move on from it. And I kind of feel like it's just with that Queen of Swords, just recognizing that this is a block. Once you're able to be honest with yourself, the Queen of Swords is someone who would have a conversation with themselves and be very honest, even if you know, even if the truth hurts. But being honest, saying, I have to let go of this person, or I have to let go of what they did to me. I just can't hold on to it anymore. Either way, once you have that honest conversation with yourself, I feel like events unfold that either quickly helps you to move on from the pain or the resentment, or other plans start coming into place, like other things start happening that come into motion to move you away from the actual person if you're still in connection with them. It's like then you get put on this fast track towards happiness and emotional balance and emotional contentment. So for the next 2 weeks, your question here, what needs to heal in order for you to realize your deepest dreams? It's either the connection to this person in respect to moving on from them, or healing your heart because of what they did to you. And that's what frees you up and allows that new connection to come in. I want to know a little bit more about the new connection. A little bit more about the new connection here. One more shuffle. Thank you. So we have the Devil on its side, the Five of Cups on the side, and then you have the Five of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Two of Cups. There's the new connection. So it requires you, like I said, I don't want to keep repeating myself, leaving I had a feeling that they were toxic situation, environment, connection, although I do feel like this is more connection based. Moving on from it in terms of that Five of Pentacles, that would be really like creating a path or a plan to abandon this person or to move on from them. And for others of you, it's healing your heart here. So again, because that Eight of Swords sometimes could be like the lower octave of the Devil. We're just thinking of something like a hamster on a wheel, thinking of the loss, thinking of being left out in the cold, or how this person treated us. So yeah, this message is going to resonate for Sagittarians that are in either group. But that let go is what allows this new connection to come in. You're not going to believe what's behind it. The Tower. Like it immediately comes in. Nine of Pentacles. Once you become single, free, or independent, either of the connection or of the pain that connection once caused you. I heard, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. 3 cards of advice here for my Sagittarians for the next 2 weeks. 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and that 4 of Pentacles. It might be a heavy lift. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Cups. I mean, both decks here have the 2 of Cups here at the bottom, which is beautiful. This is what's waiting for you. I think for some of you, it might be a heavy lift to let go of this person. And I'm not telling you that you have to do it within the next 2 weeks. I just think in that Page of Pentacles, you need to acquire some real tangible information or knowledge so you can create the path or the plan to exit this connection. Again, I'm not telling you to quit the job over the next 2 weeks when you're unprepared, or ask for the divorce, or, break up with this person if you're not ready. But there is something here about you creating the path or the plan to do that over the course of the next 2 weeks. And for others of you where this is, internal to you because there's some pain here that you're holding on to, I don't think you realize how much of an energetic drain it is to you. It's almost like you're going to discover it. You're going to see the proof of how heavy this is once you decide to let it go. And sometimes letting go means forgiving that person. That doesn't mean, hey, thank you so much for being a narcissist and cheating on me and breaking my heart, or making me wait, and losing weeks, months, years of my life waiting for you to do the right thing. That's not what the forgiveness is. The forgiveness is for you to say, I see you as a teacher. Maybe I didn't like the lesson, but thank you for fulfilling that soul contract that we had. You were a damn good teacher. I learned a lot, and now I can walk away. I think if you can change your perspective, surprised we didn't see the Hangman, but if you can see that person as more of a teacher to you, as more of a lesson, as opposed to just a pain, that might be able to help you move on from it. Either way, it's not going to be easy, but I promise you, with the two of Cup cards here, it will be worth it when that new person comes in. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. That is your tarot card for the first 2 weeks. What needs to heal in order for you to realize your deepest dreams, your deepest desires? This, and literally waiting for you immediately. Immediately with that 2 Tower cards. So immediately. So I would start working on this. We also have that total lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 3rd. This would be a good time to release the pain, release the resentment, or like I said, create a path or plan to exit this particular partnership. And some of you may need till Virgo season to do that. And I think that would be okay, because I don't expect all of you to be able to move on very quickly. I would just make the solemn vow to yourself that you will create that path to exit. You know, and when I look at the devil card, I forget whose reading it was that I said, I look at every card in tarot for me has a positive and a negative attribute to it. And we all know the negative attribute of the devil in tarot because we hear tarot readers, myself included, talk about it. But there is a good in that card. And that good in that card says, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is known as, Father Saturn. So if you look at it in the sense of that, Father Saturn will reward you. And I think there is a reward here for you by the time you get to Virgo season, whether you heal and mend that heart of yours and let go of the pain or resentment, or you create a path or plan to exit whoever this is. I do think Father Saturn has a reward for you the closer you get to Virgo season. So that is what I have for you, my dear, for the first 2 weeks of March 2026. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.